The only other thing that I've really been playing was I finished a game which I spoke about maybe last year or even the year before, which was Spirit Camera on the 3DS, and I'd had it sort of like suspended as well with only like a few more stages to go. And like I knew even when I bought it that it wasn't supposed to be a great game, and like I kind of like none of the Project Zero games are really that great, to be honest. But it feels like I was kind of disappointed in it, that it's sort of like there is potential in the idea, because like it uses like the gyros in the 3DS, so you sort of like looking, and like the characters are like in your in your world, like, so like there's characters like sitting in my living room or whatever. Like obviously it looks a bit odd because they're kind of just floating there and stuff, and then like the way enemies come and attack you and stuff. But it's like the fighting mechanic is the annoying bit, because obviously you use the thing called the camera obscura to like take pictures to do damage. So like you have your characters sort of like closing in, and it sort of like builds up a gauge, and then maybe they'll come to get you, and just as they're coming to get you, there'll be a wee like sort of split second where you can get like a perfect shot or whatever. Sometimes, and I noticed that particularly with like the last boss or whatever, the window was so small that it can become extremely frustrating. But I like, it's one of those games, like if you were sitting playing this in the dark and it maybe didn't use like your normal surroundings, or maybe if it used them in a better way, or if it had like levels properly made or something, there could be something in this with like rotating around and there's a ghost or whatever and trying to take them down. But the game also uses like a book that it comes with, and like there's several different pages, and you use the cameras on the 3DS, and you have to like flick through the book to find the page that the game wants you to find, and then like hold your camera over it, and then something will appear from the page. And like that's fine, but obviously you need a light source to be able to see the book. So you basically have to play in the daylight or with like the lights on, which kind of completely destroys the atmosphere of the game. And also like the book itself doesn't really add anything other than like a nuisance, really, because like you'll be doing something like you just be talking to this girl Maya, and like you have to speak to her a few times or something, and then it'll ask you to find a page in the book, and like maybe give you a hint to what the page is. So you'll think, oh, it's that page, and you'll look through it and think, no, it's not that page, and then you maybe keep flipping through, see if you can find the page, and then it's like, I can't find the page, and then maybe the first page you did think it actually was that page, it just hadn't like recognised it, or the light hadn't been quite hitting it quite right. So that's frustrating. It kind of just makes the thing last longer than it really needs to. But I like, there was potential in it, but it's just never fulfilled, unfortunately, and it's just an irritating experience in the end, unfortunately.
Shame.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.